Air raid sirens, fireballs over Kyiv, children killed. Missiles, drones, and hypersonic weapons rain down on Ukraine. Hundreds of drones intercepted, yet devastation still spreads. Moscow's message is clear: no peace, only ballistics. As the world pleads for diplomacy, Putin answers with warheads. Russia launched a large-scale aerial strike on Ukrainian cities overnight on August 28th, attacking Kyiv with missiles and targeting regions far from the front lines. The Interior Ministry said at least 14 people were killed in the attack on the capital, including 3 minors aged 2, 14 and 17. 38 people were injured. Air raid sirens sounded across Ukraine, and residents of nearly every region were urged to seek shelter as Russia launched hypersonic missiles and multiple waves of drones throughout the night. At least 4 MiG-31 aircraft, jets armed with Kinzhal missiles, took off during the attack. Ukraine's Air Force reported that Russia launched 598 drones overnight, including Shahed attack drones and decoys, as well as 31 missiles, among them 2 Kh-47 Kinzhal ballistic missiles, 9 Iskander-M or North Korean KN-23 ballistic missiles, and 20 Kh-101 cruise missiles. Ukrainian air defences intercepted 563 drones and 26 missiles. Condemning the Russian attack, Zelensky wrote on X,
"These Russian missiles and attack drones today are a clear response to everyone in the world who, for weeks and months, has been calling for a ceasefire and for real diplomacy. Russia chooses ballistics instead of the negotiating table. It chooses to continue killing instead of ending the war. And this means that Russia still does not fear the consequences. Russia still takes advantage of the fact that at least part of the world turns a blind eye to murdered children and seeks excuses for Putin."
EU Commissioner Marta Koss said the Russian attack also damaged the EU delegation's building in the city.
The EU delegation in Kyiv was damaged by today's Russian strikes on civilian areas. I strongly condemn these brutal attacks, a clear sign that Russia rejects peace and chooses terror. Our full solidarity goes to EU staff, their families, and all Ukrainians enduring this aggression.
Reuters also reported, citing Ukrainian intelligence, that Kyiv had struck a missile-carrying Russian warship, causing damage to the vessel. Interfax quoted the Russian Defense Ministry as saying that Russian forces had hit a Ukrainian reconnaissance ship. Earlier, on August 27th, the pro-Ukrainian telegram channel Crimean Wind reported that Ukraine launched a swarm of drone attacks on occupied Crimea, targeting various regions on the peninsula. Several explosions were heard in the cities of Sevastopol and Yevpatoria beginning around 11 p.m. local time. Dozens of Ukrainian drones were reportedly en route towards the peninsula. Shortly after, the General Staff of Ukraine's armed forces reported that Ukrainian forces hit the Kuibyshev refinery in Russia's Samara Oblast and the Afipsky refinery in Krasnodar Krai. The statement came as confirmation of a mass drone attack that struck the 2 oil refineries and other facilities across Russia, as previously reported by local media. The Kuibyshev facility, some 800 kilometers from the Ukraine-Russia border, has a production capacity of 7 million metric tons of oil per year, producing gasoline, diesel fuel, and other products, the General Staff said. Samara Oblast, Governor Vyacheslav Fedoryshev confirmed an attack against the region's infrastructure, saying that the strike was repelled and the subsequent fire was promptly extinguished. Meanwhile, Digital Transformation Minister Mikhailo Fedorov told Reuters in an interview published August 27th that Ukraine holds the cards to garner support from allies with its priceless wartime data, as Kyiv works on a policy for sharing it.
Скажу так, що запит неймовірно високий на дані. I can say that demand for data is incredibly high, but at the moment we are forming policy on how to organize this process correctly. I would raise this question to the geopolitical level. As of now, the data we have is priceless for any country. We are currently in the process of formulating policy, and I believe that a political decision on how to utilize this data to establish robust partnerships will soon be made. I think this is one of the cards, as our colleagues and partners say, to build win-win relations.
The minister's remarks echo the broader debate over whether Ukraine has leverage in its relations with Washington. In February, US President Donald Trump told President Volodymyr Zelensky that Ukraine does not hold any cards in an infamous White House argument. According to Reuters, the data is crucial for training AI models. Ukraine now has millions of hours of combat footage recorded from the sky. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has appointed former Deputy Prime Minister Olga Stefanishina as the country's new ambassador to the United States, a move that comes amid ongoing corruption allegations tied to her previous government roles. Announcing the decision on August 27th, Zelensky emphasized that Stefanishina's main task would be to implement agreements reached with Washington, especially in the defense sector. Stefanishina has held senior posts in Ukrainian politics, including Deputy Prime Minister for European and Euro-Atlantic integration from 2020 to 2025 and Minister of Justice from 2024 to 2025. She also briefly served as Kyiv's special envoy to Washington in July, shortly after new corruption claims resurfaced. Ukraine's National Anti-Corruption Bureau is investigating possible abuses at the Asset Recovery and Management Agency, with media reports linking the scandal to her ex-husband's business activities. She denies any involvement, noting that the couple divorced in 2017 and that their relationship is limited to co-parenting. Stefanishina is also associated with an unresolved case from 2014 concerning allegedly inflated contracts during Ukraine's EU integration talks, which she has rejected as politically charged. Despite these controversies, Zelensky praised her experience and stressed that Ukraine's strategic partnership with the US remains central to the country's security.